The thing that we predicted would happen is happening. It's happening. Here, let me see. Look at this update from inside IRGC with receipts. Okay. I follow this person. Look at this. She says, I've been scrolling through the IRGC regime channels. I'm so glad that she does the same thing because this is a hobby of mine as well to see what the regime supporters are saying. So, saying, I've been scrolling through the IRGC regime channels and their social media lately, the same ones who brag about hunting down protesters under Khamenei's jihad orders. Slowly, it's sinking in for them that they got played hard. They're getting extremely paranoid and keep accusing each other of being coup plotters, spies, or traitors. Guys, this is exactly what we told you is going to happen in this discussion group, right? Look at this. The funniest comment I read, it gets better. It gets better because we were like so on point with this. Look at this. The funniest comment I read, and something I hadn't even thought of myself, was this one. Those guys, we thought about this. Look at this. Those forces they brought in from Iraq and Afghanistan weren't for the protester, they were for us. Guys, did I not call this? Did anyone else call this? Nobody else called this. I called this, and now the regime supporters are saying it. I said that at some point the regime is going to want to do things that are not in line with the ideals of the Islamic Republic, and the proxies coming in are not just for keeping the anti-regime people in check, but also the pro-regime people in check. And this is what some of them are worried about. Like, they were for us. Otherwise, why would Israel not hit them during the war? I didn't think about this part. Otherwise, why would Israel not? So they always, this is them always thinking about the Jews, the Jews. So this is why they're thinking like that right now. Otherwise, why would Israel not hit them during the war when they were right in the line of fire? Guys, remember this was a question for us as well when we were looking, showing at the lines of the caravan of Hashd Shabi coming from Iraq inside Iran. We were wondering why are they not bombing them? So apparently, pro regime people were wondering the same thing. So it was a sharp, spot on observation, and I think it's true. Over the past decade, the regime brought in millions of Afghans to act as people's armies defending them. The IRGC trained Afghan Shia fighters, so this is the fight. This is the Fatimiyyun, and sent them to Syria to fight for Assad. Then, after Assad fell, they brought many of them back inside Iran to help suppress the protests. Right after the 12-day war last summer, they suddenly started deporting them en masse. At least 1.5 million kicked out quickly and forcibly accused of spying for Israel. Clearly, they got scared because they know a mercenary army isn't truly loyal to them. So that's the problem with the mercenary army. But the benefit of a mercenary army is that they don't complain. They don't complain about the ideals of the Islamic Revolution. So they just you just pay them and they shoot. The problem with pro-regime Iranians is that they have their own programming after 47 years of brainwashing. So if you want to be flexible, they wouldn't let you because they want you to continue to be loyal to the ideals of the Islamic Revolution. Mercenaries, they don't care. You pay them, they shoot. But the problem with mercenaries is that they're not loyal. So that makes them dangerous. So there's a cost and benefit to each one of them. Saying now, since the war started, a fresh wave of Afghan Shia militias has been coming in anyways. So the complete picture, if you want to know about it, Hashd al-Shabi is coming from Iraq. From Afghanistan, they have Fatimiyyun, which we saw a lot of them in Khorasan. From Pakistan, they're bringing Zainabiyun, which we saw signs of them being present in Qom. So that would be more. So far, that's what we've seen. So they've been coming in anyway and didn't get hit by Israel or US. So the reason why they didn't get hit is not necessarily because the Israelis are allowing them so that they could suppress the pro-regime people. What we saw, at least when it comes to Hashishabi, I don't know about the Afghans coming from Afghanistan, is that they filled their cars with family members and civilians, and that's might be the reason why they didn't get hit. It said the Basijis are finally doing the math. Too bad. Get ready for a coup, one led by defectors inside the regime, coordinated with Israel or US. I don't think. I think this might be too much conspiratorial to say that this is coordinated with Israel and US. I don't think the Israelis would want an IRGC coup to be successful. I think they prefer the infighting. So to purge the hardliners, but I'm mostly highlighting this because of the messages that you're seeing from IRGC channels. I've seen similar things being from people talking on Telegram and YouTube comments. So I just wanted to show you that other people are observing this as well. And we saw this coming a long time ago. So it's really good to see that so many of the topics here that we consider. So it shows that the level of discussion here is at a high level. So just wanted to point that out. And I don't know if anybody wants to comment on this. I wonder if Ali, I hope you put a 2 in the chat because I wanted to see what you think about this. If you have any comments. Oh, there you go, Ali.
Yeah.
Ali, put it to it.
Armin, I sent you this last night. This was one of the 3 links that I sent you.
Oh,
I was
yes,
really
you
happy.
sent this to me. Yeah, okay.
And if you look in the
Yes, I
comment
remember.
section, there's a funny little comment that someone put, because there's a Telegram channel that you can join, and you can see all the regime supporters commenting in that Telegram channel. So I joined. I haven't looked through it yet, but someone was making a joke about the uranium. Like they were trying to get out of Iran. They're like, I wish I was the uranium, so they would like get me out of Iran as well.
That was funny. That was funny. Oh my god, guys! But the main comments are people accusing each other of spies and Zionist spies. So everybody's big. You know how 47 years of blaming the Jews is now backfiring because everybody is now accusing everybody else of being a Jewish spy, and nobody can trust anybody. And here's the thing: a lot of these people, the only person that they trusted was Ali Khamenei, right? So now they want to do the same thing with Mujtaba Khamenei, but because Mujtaba is not out himself speaking, every time there's a message that is out there that says like Mujtaba said this, they're like, how do you know? Is this Mujtaba? What if the Zionist spy? Because from a perspective of some pro-regime people, many of them, is that everybody is a Zionist spy until proven otherwise, except Ali Khamenei and now Mujtaba Khamenei. Everybody else is potentially a Zionist spy, right? And we cannot trust them, right? So now, when you say trust Mujtaba, he said this, you're going to be like, well, did he? Like, what? How do I know? Like, maybe you're saying that he said that, but I don't know. Maybe you're lying. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you actually have took him hostage. Maybe he's your prisoner, and you're just basically putting words in his mouth. So there's so much distrust right now, so much distrust, and this is not sustainable. And if I was IRGC, I wouldn't be relying on pro-regime Iranians anymore. I'm like, this is all fucked up, and I just need people with guns that will obey orders as long as I pay them, because we created this monster for the past 47 years and it's not a reliable source anymore. And fuck it, I will suppress them as well with mercenaries.
How do we know that Mujtaba isn't also a Zionist spy?
Because his father's son, okay, they can't do that. He's holy. He has holy blood.
Your last point is spot on. They knew that this would be coming. They themselves at the top knew this would coming. And other than bringing in these militias to potentially stop them, they can't actually address this issue too much because it'll end up having the opposite effect of what they want.
So this is why the naval blockade is very important. This is why the military operations is not enough. We need to suffocate these people economically to make sure they don't have enough money to pay the mercenaries. Because no matter how much military operations you do, you only need if you have access to oil and gas money, you only need a couple of hundreds of thousands of AK-47s, which are cheap to get. People who will accept your US dollars, you give it to them, they kill people, and you can stay in power. You don't need your ships, you don't need your fighter jets, you don't need your air defense. You just need to make sure that when Iranian people come into the streets, you have enough people to shoot at them. That's all you need. So that's why the military operations are not enough. You need to suffocate these people economically.
At this rate, you could see the mullahs fighting on the streets alongside us soon.